season finale, it's like the second to last scene. I was like, this is awesome, you know. It made it like a little bit of a cliffhanger. It was just that. So it was questions all summer. It was awesome, you know. It was great. And I knew, yeah. So I knew I was going out. I knew I was going out. So it was kind of neat. I just thought it was well done. So it was violent and gory and effective and shocking. You know, nobody really saw it coming. It was cool. They get some great people on the show. That was actually the first time I really got to do a scene and talk to Ian, which was kind of neat. So I got to go out with the star of the show. So that was kind of, and that was nice. So at least I went out with a bang. So I was thrilled. I'll be happy to die like that on every show. Kill me now. Go with the star of the show. So hey, you got a question?
We have one right back here, actually.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
Anna.
I remember.
Okay.
Happy birthday. It's Anna's birthday, everybody. Happy birthday. Her 15th birthday.
Other than yourself, like, who is your favorite character on the show?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Who's your favorite character on the show?
My favorite character on the show? What's my favorite character on it? Well, you know, it's hard not to just like the way Ian Somerhalder just chews up scenery on that show. Is there a better character on television? I said that to him, like my first time there, I said, do you realize how, I mean, you have the most interesting, likable, fun character for an actor to play on television. I mean, he walks around without care, just knowing he has all the power, and just enjoys it. I mean, that's just, it's fun to watch. I don't care how pretty he is, he's fun to watch doing that. You know? As a guy, I can comfortably say he's pretty. You know? Yeah, it was great. And they're all great. I mean, they're all doing wonderful, wonderful work. That's why I can still watch it. I mean, it's, you know, I'm a big acting snob, and they're dynamite on that show. So there hasn't been anybody on that show I went on. I mean, they're all great.
Yeah,
the guy who killed me just actually wasn't on that long. I've been watching him for years. He actually played in the first Incredible Hulk movie with Eric Bana. He played Eric Bana's character as a child. And so I mean, all the people they bring in, even the supporting roles, are these dynamite actors who are just from top to bottom. That's why you guys got such a good show to watch. It's, you know, everything's important. The writing's important, but you gotta have great actors who deliver it. They every week just killing it. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. I need to catch up though. I'm a few episodes behind. I stopped watching in deference to the Lockwood family. When Michael got in the car and drove off with that girl, I said, okay, when he comes back, I'll go back and watch. I'm guessing I'm going to have a chance pretty soon to come back and watch. Dear Lockwood, that's right. Get relaxed.
Hi, my name is Kim.
Last night, yeah, I can see it.
My question is, how did you prepare for your role as Mayor Lockwood?
I didn't. It was so fast. It was literally like, hey, you got this part. When I was shooting, in like 3 hours. I got a haircut. I shaved. I threw on a suit. And I said, how the hell am I going to play a mayor? And do I really have a kid who's at home? You know? Okay, I had to grow up really fast. You know, as an actor, all we can really do is kind of figure out what our objective is and try to achieve it. And then everything else falls kind of into place a little bit, and they try to do too much, and just basically, what if I was a mayor? You know, they're going to give you the lines, they're going to give you the things to do, and, you know, we all see how parents are, we all see how people act really, and it's just kind of fell into it a little bit. You know, I could probably go back and do some things different, but it happens so fast, what you can do is just boom, you're right in it, you know, you're right in it. So, and I was fortunate, I kind of, you know, me and Trevino had the same coloring, I kind of looked like him a little bit, which was great. And you know, if he was blonde, I never would have a part of the show. I mean, I wouldn't. A lot of it's about creating family. And when I went to the audition, there's a casting director here in town named Mark Buchanan, who's great. And he's been casting me, and he's been great to me over the years. And I got there a little early, like I usually do, and he goes, Pralgo, come here. And he pulls up a photo of Michael Trevino. He goes, this is the guy whose dad you auditioned to play. And Trevino kind of looks like some of my cousins. I mean, he does. And he goes, if you screw this up, he didn't say screw. I'm going to kill you. And it was just, you know, I was fortunate that it was similar college. And that happens, you know. Sometimes it's not about your talent so much. It's, you know, it is, but then it's about creating a family who looks right together, the right heights, the right looks, the colors, and things have to make sense. And fortunately, it all kind of came together. I was in the right town, I had the right look, and I was working hard, and I stepped into it, which is great. Now I'm here. Yay! Yeah. Which is even better. You know, it's all part of that wonderful journey. Like I said, all these jobs end. There's always another job, and there's always something next. So I'm just looking forward to what's next, whatever that may be, which is great. So who knows? Question?
We have one over here to your right.
My right. That's right. My right's here.
Hi, I'm Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, I was just wondering, as an actor, what's another actor that inspires you?
I get starstruck. I would, it's too many, a list too long to even really start naming. But growing up, obviously, you know, I was born in New York, so I was a big Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. You know, I just love that. You know, I grew up watching those guys, but contemporary-wise, you know, I didn't think there's anybody really better than Sean Penn or Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, those are the best. And, you know, and I think the best actor on the planet is Kathy Bates. I mean, best performance I've ever seen was Dolores Claiborne. I don't know if anybody saw that movie. It was amazing to see this. And I'm a big fan of the art. I watch movies nonstop and plays, and I'm constantly inspired by people who do it well. Because it's not easy. Because if it was, everybody would do it. And I'm just such a huge fan. But yeah, I go back and watch those people over and over again. You know, but every week there's somebody new I see. It's just amazing. You know, I hope to produce more movies and be able to put people like Michael Trevino in them. You know, I think guys like that need to start making movies. And I think they will. I mean, it's a big commitment to a circus. So they don't have a whole lot of time after that to squeeze things in. But I think when all is said and done, you can see those guys doing a whole lot of stuff. You know? Yeah, cool. But all of them, I just love some good actors. Who's your favorite actor? Liar. Awesome answer. Liar. And you will get a poster later. Connor, yeah. Sure, I smack somebody and I get killed. Connor smacks somebody and it's kind of It's the accent. It's the accent. Yeah, it's Scottish accent. It's more cool than the New York accent. Hey, hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you enjoy producing or acting more?
Acting. Producing was a means to an end for acting parts. I mean, you know, to produce stuff that we can be in. Producing is a lot of work. You know, it's logistics. You know, there are people who are better at it. It was all a means to an end. I'm not even good at producing. It was just literally my producing was putting people together and what they knew how to do, just so I could act. You know, that's what it was.
Hey, it works.
No, yeah, you know, it's non-stop. We're trying, but yeah, producing is it's for other people. It's for other people. God bless them, because without producing, there'd be no parts for acting. So, and the director of Blood Ties just walked in right there, Kelly McClung, everybody. So, you can see him beating the crap out of many people in that movie. And saving my ass over and over again. Thank you. Yeah, is there a question?
We have one straight ahead.
Hey.
Hi, Rob. Mike.
Hey.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you, caller. We're listening.
What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned with this role that helped you grow as an actor?
I tell you, it's funny. I don't really differentiate between acting on stage or theater or film or TV, but on TV, because you're on a clock. You have, for every hour, there's 42 minutes of a drama, or it's 22 minutes of a comedy. So, whereas the lead actors probably get a little more time to emote and take their time in their moments, you know, supporting actors are there for a reason, to support the lead actors, to deliver information, and to deliver them with purpose. So, we don't necessarily, where the auditions, you get to take your time a little bit to find those moments because you're not on a clock. On TV, you're on a clock. I mean, you get a certain amount of stuff any time. And the lesson I learned there was really just how to pick up the pace with importance, with a purpose. It's not just about talking faster. Early on the show, I would hear, Rob, that was great, but I mean 10 times faster. No, we don't talk faster. Faster's not a great direction. We don't talking fast is just without purpose. It's silly. Learning how to create urgency in the moment, so there's more of an energy, and more of a dynamic purpose to it, so we can get through it quicker. And that was the lesson I learned, the thing to work on in class, how to deliver something with heavy importance. So there's an urgency and you're pushing through the scene as opposed to just kind of waiting it through. Because I've seen a lot of actors who took their time in scenes, and the scenes get cut, or get cut in half, where they're not going to wait for you. You know, you have information to deliver, but there are more important things. So, you know, you have to learn how to deliver things with importance, with urgency. And that was an interesting lesson. That was an interesting lesson. So for all your actors out there, we deliver. That's what we do. We deliver information important. and to be able to have a purpose, a reason, and how to get it out there. So, hey. Hey.
How are you? Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. I want to know if they told you that the Lockwoods had the werewolf gene, or they just told you you'd be playing a dick. Did they tell you, and if they did, when did they tell you that the Lockwoods had the werewolf gene, or did they just tell you you're going to be playing the dick?
They didn't tell me either at first. It was kind of sort of written that way, and it was, just kind of, they kind of directed me into that kind of stern, kind of unlikable guy. The first time it was hinted to me about the word, I kind of knew. I mean, I knew what was kind of going on, just story-wise and everything. People would tell me about what was going on with the Lockwoods in the books. There was a Lockwood in the book. What was the last name of the book? It was
Smallwood.
Smallwood, yeah. Which is even more insulting. Richard Smallwood. Wow. Was Kevin Williamson doing something right there or what? Holy moly. Just hammered me. Right before the scene where I'm trying to get Trevino to fight McQueen, which just sounds familiar. Trevino versus McQueen. Steve McQueen. Speaking of actors, I'm growing up loving Steve McQueen. That scene beforehand, Marco Sieg was directing that. He said, we can do it just from the script. We know, the whole thing with the Timberwolves because it's a school mascot, a full moon shot. So we kind of knew what he was. You know the story. He kind of whispered, the story about which one to push here. Yeah, I said, okay, that was really the only hint. That was the first time it ever came up from one of the producers. But so I kind of knew we were going that way. Not all werewolves are dicks. There's some nice werewolves out there. There's our Teen Wolf, right? The show. They were very nice. They read the newspaper, had on slippers. It was regular fit. It was so abusive. But that's what I knew. But yeah, they just kind of once again push. As an actor, you're trying to add different levels and go different directions. But usually when I try to go a little nicer, they're like, start. Okay. So yeah, so they push me in that direction. So it's funny, people I've run into after 4 or 5 episodes. I mean, they really think you're going to be a real big jerk. Oh my God. Where's the VRO? Holy moly. I had lunch with them the first time I met them. They don't even sit there. I think it was Amy. Amy goes, I talk to you. She goes, oh my God, you're funny. You're nice. What do you think? I was going to be throwing eggs at you? I was going to smack you in the face? But they realized I'm a nice guy. It was funny. But yeah, that was a while ago. They really thought I was going to be mean. That's funny. Anyway. One other story I did have, which was kind of cool. For me, anyway, like I said, I grew up, I love Steve McQueen. I was a big Steve McQueen Paul Newman fan. And in the final episode, the scene when I come into the Mystic Grill, and I go to, Mike was playing pool with everybody, and I'm telling him to go home. I'm standing off camera with Steve, because he comes in and goes to the right. And there's a moment where he goes, Steve McQueen back to 1, Steve McQueen back to 1, and I had this crazy moment where I got goosebumps. As if I flashed back to the 70s, and it was all the 70s, Steve McQueen. I looked at him and I go, do you know how awesome that sounds? They looked at me like I was nuts. That's my name. I said, yeah, but it's, historically, that's a pretty cool name to have in all the pantheon. Steve McQueen back to 1. And I was kind of like in a fog for me. I'm Steve McQueen. And he's great. I mean, he's going to be, he's huge. But that was one of those cool moments to have as an actor. I'll always remember that. It was good. Anyone else who's got questions?
We have a question back here.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Christine. I was wondering who makes the most bloopers on set?
Who makes what?
The most bloopers, mess ups.
Besides me. Not a whole lot of screw-ups. Not a whole lot of... Like I said, it's a tight ship. Those guys are good. We didn't see... everybody blows a line. Everybody blows a line. It just happens. You're in it, you're doing it, it just happens. Wow, it was so smooth. Not a whole lot of blue. There wasn't a whole lot of crazy raucousness going on. I mean, everybody had a good time, but it was tight. I mean, it really was tight. I wish I could tell you that anybody blew lines more than I did, but it was pretty tight. It really was. I'd have to make up something here. I don't recall. And it was 3 takes, boom. 3 takes, boom. They were really flying through it. It was tight. It was tight. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hey.
I I was wondering what your first acting gig was.